Hey guys, this is Alicia PODFIC, and today we're going to be reading Gotham's Favorite Scandal by the Purple Spirit. The summary is, Tim Drake's identity as Red Robin is leaked to the public, and within hours, Connor Kent is in Gotham punching a reporter on live TV. What follows is a PR nightmare, a rooftop kiss, and a relationship neither of them were ready to define. Now, with the press obsessed, the Batfamily watching, and feelings rising faster than either of them can fly, Tim and Con have to figure out what this is, and whether it's worth the chaos. Featuring gay panic, fan edits, awkward interviews, and a reporter with a broken nose. Not necessarily in that order. Alright, without further ado, let's hop right in. It started with the headline. Not even a good one. Just, Wayne Boy Wonder, Tim Drake unmasked as Gotham's Red Robin. It got everything. Blurry vigilante footage, security camera stills, grainy photos of him bleeding in an alley, and then, somehow, walking away like nothing happened. Con doesn't even remember making the decision to fly. He's halfway across Nebraska when Bart calls him. Maybe to warn him off, maybe to tell him to wait, but Con's already breaking the sound barrier. By the time he reaches Gotham, Tim's already trending. The press is camped outside Wayne Enterprise Tower like vultures. Gotham PD's trying to manage the crowd, but they're mostly there for show. Con doesn't land. He crashes down in a sonic boom that knocks 3 cameras off their tripods. "Which one of you published it?" he growls. The reporters all flinch. One of them, a weasel-looking guy in a tweed coat and ironic glasses, steps forward like this is his moment to shine. Sources say Red Robin's real name is Tim Drake, son of Jake and Janet Drake, heir to the Wayne Enterprise former... Con punches him. He's careful. Kind of. Doesn't break the guy's jaw or anything. Just sends him sprawling into a row of folding chairs and knocked over lights. The crowd erupts. Police close in. Cameras flash. Con crosses his arms, standing in the crater of his landing like a challenge. Next one of you stalks his house, calls his school, or asks his co-workers for dirt, I swear to Rao, I'll give you something real to write about. Tim finds him 2 hours later on the rooftop of one of the Wayne-owned buildings, kicking gravel off the edge like he's trying to feel something. "Are you out of your mind?" Tim hisses, stepping into view. "You assaulted a member of the press." Con doesn't look away. "He doxed you." "You think this helps? Now they're gonna dig harder." "He published your home address, Tim. Your high school records, he showed your blood type in a graphic. What the hell was I supposed to do? Not commit a felony." There's a beat of silence. Tim's suit is torn at the shoulder like he didn't bother to change. He's wearing his mask, he's shaking slightly, just enough that Con notices. Con softens. "I just wanted to protect you." "I didn't ask you to." Tim bites out. And there it is. Con sighs and rubs the back of his neck. "Look, I didn't come here to fight with you, when I saw the photos, I thought, I don't know, ma'am. You looked... alone?" Tim finishes for him, voice low. "Like no one else is going to stop it?" He's not wrong, but the way he says it, like it hurts to be right, makes Con's chest tighten. "You always do this," Tim mutters, turning away. "You show up at the worst moment, say something noble, punch a guy, and then disappear again. Like you're some kind of... hero?" Con offers dry. "Asshole." Tim spins back towards him, eyes flashing. "You want to protect me? Great. Ask first. Because right now, all you did was make things worse." Con stares at him, jaw tight. "You really want me to walk away again?" Tim didn't answer. They're both breathing hard. Not from exertion, from everything they weren't saying. "I missed you," Con says quietly. Tim closes his eyes. "Don't," he whispers. "Don't do that." "Why not?" "Because it's easier when you're gone." And it's true. It's easier. Easier not to think about everything they never figured out. About what it meant, the hand-holding, the late nights, the silence that turned soft somewhere between battlefields. But Tim steps forward anyway. They don't collide so much as fall together, lips bruising, hands fisting into fabric. Teeth scraping because it's not gentle, it's furious and messy and real. Tim pulls back first. "That's not fair." He says, "You kissed me back." Kon retorts, "You punched a reporter." They stare at each other. Then Kon laughs. Short and sharp. God, you're exhausting. You're infuriating. Kon runs a hand through his hair, pacing. Why can't we ever have a normal conversation like normal people? Because I'm not a normal person, Tim yells. I'm a Wayne. I'm a vigilante. And now I'm Gotham's favorite scandal of the week. And you just show up with all your stupid muscle and perfect jawline and make everything worse by being you. Silence. Then from Kon, tentative. Perfect jawline? Tim groans. I hate you. No, you don't. I should, but you don't. Tim looks at him, really looks at him. At the guy who flew across the country, who got arrested for him, who kissed him like it meant something. And then, because nothing about them is ever easy, are you staying? Tim asks. Kon pauses. Do you want me to? Tim's mouth opens, closes. I don't know. And for once, Kon doesn't push. He just nods, steps back and says, call me when you do. The headline the next day reads, Superboy defends Gotham's Red Robin with his fist. Tim doesn't smile, but he keeps the article. Bruce finds out. Of course he does. He's Bruce Wayne. Tim doesn't even make it past the manor foyer before Bruce says, we need to talk. In that graveyard deep voice that means there will be no excuse. Tim's still got half a cowl in his pocket. If this is about the guy Kon punched, he's pressing charges. Bruce interrupts and tosses his tablet down on the table. And you kissed him. Tim freezes. What? Rooftop camera, enhanced audio. You kissed Superboy. Tim gapes at him. You hacked a civilian building surveillance system just to confirm that your emotional judgment is as compromised as your operational security? Yes. Tim drags both hands down his face. I cannot believe I'm getting lectured about kissing Kon from the guy who faked his death instead of going to therapy. Bruce's eyes narrowed. This isn't about me. It never is, right? Tim explodes. Except when it's about how I'm an embarrassment to the family name, or a liability, or how I can't feel anything without becoming a strategic weakness. Bruce doesn't answer. Tim breathes harder. He's the only person who came to check if I was okay. You didn't. Dick didn't. Even Babs just texted, sorry, that sucks. But Kon flew halfway across the country just to make sure I hadn't completely fallen apart. He pauses. I had fallen apart. Bruce looks away, and then softer. Tim, I didn't know how to help. Tim's breath catches. He doesn't cry, but he could. Later in Tim's room, Kon floats outside the window like some kind of floating regret. He doesn't knock, he just waits, uncertain. Tim opens the window. You're late. Sorry, I was arguing with Clark. Apparently, Superman thinks I'm a bad role model now. Tim leans against the frame. He's not wrong. They both smile, tired and crooked. Kon perches on the sill. So, did Bruce murder me? Not yet. He's processing. That's what people say when someone is going to explode later. Correct. A beat. So, Kon says, are we doing this or what? Tim blinks. Doing... Kon gestures wildly. This. Us. The rooftop kissing, the rooftop yelling. The fact that I keep flying to you like some lovesick golden retriever. Tim crosses his arms. I thought we were keeping it complicated and emotionally repressed. I've matured since yesterday. Tim sighs. What do you want, Kon? Kon stares at him. I want you to stop flinching every time someone looks at you like you're human. I want to punch more assholes on your behalf. I want to be there, for real. Not just when this guy's falling. Tim hesitates. That sounds like a relationship. Kon shrugs. You say that like it's a bad thing. Tim's voice is very small. I don't know how to do that. Kon grins. Lucky for you, I'm very patient. You broke a guy's rib yesterday. Patient, not passive. Tim lets out a breath and steps forward, resting his forehead against Kon's chest. We are going to skirt this up so badly. Obviously, Kon mutters into his hair, but we'll screw it up together. Bruce never says anything again, but one morning, Alfred hands Tim a new Wayne Tech prototype. Noise-canceling shades that doubled as facial recognition blockers. Tim raises an eyebrow. From Bruce? Alfred smiles. Master Bruce prefers to offer support through gadgets. It's his version of a blessing. 2 weeks later, Kon shows up with flowers. Tim panics, short-circuits, and blurts, "Are those for my funeral or something?" Kon deadpans. "Yes, you died of emotional constipation." And Tim, snorting, laughing, genuinely smiling, decides that maybe, just maybe, he can survive being loved. Tim wakes up trending. Again. It's never a good sign. He groans, rolls over in bed, grabs his phone, and immediately regrets it. Hashtag TimKon. Hashtag BoyWonderBoyfriend. Hashtag hard launch Red Robin. If my ex doesn't fly across the country to punch a reporter like Superboy did for Tim Drake, I don't want them. There's fan art, fan cams, a clip of the rooftop kiss, grainy zoomed in but unmistakable, set to the sound of someone whisper singing, "Can I make it any more obvious?" from Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy. Tim buries his face in a pillow and screams. He storms into the cave 3 hours later, still in sweatpants, holding up his phone like a weapon. Why is there a BuzzFeed quiz called "Which superhero power couple are you and your redacted vigilante boyfriend?" Jason doesn't even look up from cleaning his gun. Did you get Tim gone? Tim nearly combust. I got Harley and Ivy. Better than Clark and Bruce, Dick offers from the monitors. They're everyone's problematic OTP. I didn't launch anything. I don't post about it. I didn't confirm it. I didn't. Jason cuts in. You kissed him on a rooftop with audio. That's a hard launch by Gotham standards. Tim's eye twitches. Kon, of course, is thrilled. Dude, this is great press, he says over comms. People like us now. There are edits of you doing backflips with glitter trails. I hate glitter trails. Too late. You're a gay icon. Tim groans. Please stop talking. You know what this means, right? That I need to fake my death? Kon grins through the comm. It means I get to call you my boyfriend in interviews. Tim flatlines. I will detonate your earpiece. The next day, a paparazzi drone catches Kon flying over Gotham with a bouquet of red tulips. The photo goes viral. Underneath it is a comment with 80,000 likes. He is not just a Superboy, he's a super simp. Tim nearly deletes his whole existence. He finally loses it during patrol, cornered by a reporter in an alley. No mics, no camera, just a smug guy with a notebook. So, Red Robin, the guy says, care to comment on your boyfriend's visit last night? It's nice to see young heroes so open. Tim doesn't blink. I will literally disappear into the night if you keep asking. The man laughs. Come on, the fans love you two. You're giving the Bat fam romance and relatability. Just one quote? Tim leans in, eyes cold behind the mask. Here's a quote. No comment. Also, leave my boyfriend alone before I introduce you to what a battering feels like up close. The guy gulps. Tim vanishes. Later that night, Kon finds him on the usual rooftop, arms folded, jaw tight. People are treating this like it's a show, Tim mutters, like we're just entertainment. Kon tilts his head. We kinda are, but that doesn't mean it's fake. Tim doesn't answer, so Kon steps closer. Do you think it's fake? No, Tim whispers. And that's all that matters. Tim exhales. I didn't want this to be public. I know. I didn't want you to be dragged into my mess. Kon takes his hand gently. I flew into it, remember? Literally. Tim huffs a reluctant laugh. And for the record, Kon adds, leaning close, I am a simp. You make me stupid. Tim snorts. You were already stupid. Rude. I'm deflecting. Kon kisses him anyway. The next day's headlines. Red Robin breaks silence. Leave my boyfriend alone. Underneath, a blurry photo of Tim holding Kon's hand on the rooftop. Both of them laughing. Tim stares at it, then sighs, then sets it as his lock screen. Tim is going to die, not from a supervillain, not from rooftop freefalls or League assassins. He's going to die because he agreed to do a live interview with Kon on the Gotham News channel, with cameras and feelings. The site is all warm lights and fake smiles. The host, Holly Carmichael, is an aggressively blonde media darling who says boyfriend reveal like she's announcing an Oscar nomination. And joining us live are Red Robin, Tim Drake Wayne, and Superboy, aka Connor Kent, Gotham's favorite couple. Tim twitches. Kon grins and waves. There's a couch. It's too small. Their knees are touching. Tim regrets everything. The first few questions are easy. History, heroics, PR fluff. Then Holly leans in, eyes glittering. So, Red Robin, you've always been the most private member of the Batfamily. Why go public now? Tim blue screens. She waits, pen poised. Tim's mouth opens. Nothing comes out. Panic rises like floodwater, and then Kon laughs, easy and warm. Because I'm annoying. Holly blinks. Excuse me? He's private. I'm not. I kept showing up. Wouldn't stop flying in. Eventually, he gave in and kissed me. Tim chokes on air. That is not. Oh, come on. Kon teases. You think I didn't plan that rooftop lighting? I'm a romantic. You're a menace. Kon nudges his knee. A menace you like. Tim turns red on live television. The rest is smoother after that. Kon answers with charm. Tim follows with snark. The rhythm is natural, like Patrol, but with fewer explosions. Holly smiles. Final question. What's one thing you'd say to each other right now if no one was listening? Tim stares, hard swallows. That's not a real question. It is now, she beams. Tim glances at Kon, at the ridiculous and vulnerable idiot who flew into Gotham and never left. And then, somehow, finds the words. I'm glad it was you. Kon stops grinning. Something softens in his face. He reaches for Tim's hand, right there on the broadcast. I'm always going to be there for you, he says. Whatever this is, I'm in it. Tim exhales and squeezes back. The interview ends. The world explodes with shipping hashtags and celebratory gifts. But Tim is too busy staring at Kon, heart thundering to care. Later, in a quiet moment on the rooftop. You okay? Kon asks. Tim shrugs. No. Kon raises an eyebrow. Tim smiles. But I'm happy. Kon grins. I can work with that. And he kisses him. Cameras are not. The Batfamily watches the interview, together, at the manor, by force. Mandatory viewing, Alfred said. Bruce didn't argue. Dick brought popcorn. Jason brought alcohol. Damien brought a throwing knife, and hasn't made eye contact since the intro. Steph and Cass live texted Tim throughout the commentary like, blink twice if you're dying inside, and Connor's doing heart eyes again, please control your alien. When Kon says, I'm always going to be there for you, Dick audibly chokes. Oh my god, he wheezes. That was so sincere. I didn't know he had it in him. Bruce's jaw tightens, but he doesn't say anything. Jason, slouched across the couch, sips his drink and pulls up his phone. Live tweeting this mess. At Jason Fights Crime. Watching my baby brother and his space himbo go public on GNC. 12 out of 10 gay. 0 chill. Someone get Tim a sedative. Steph laughs so hard she falls off the armrest. Bruce stands when the interview ends. Alfred speaks before he can leave. Shall I draft a formal statement, sir? Something to the effect of, the Wayne family supports all our son's choices, particularly the romantically satisfying ones. Bruce's eye twitches. No. Very good, Master Bruce. I'll prepare it for social media. Meanwhile, Tim returns home to hell. Jason posted a TikTok edit of the rooftop kiss, completed with fireworks and the text, Red Robin found his bluebird. Damien refuses to speak to either of them, but he does add new encryption protocols to the cave labeled Operation Alien Infiltration. Dick just hugs Tim for 2 full minutes and whispers, "You're allowed to be happy, you know." Tim doesn't cry, but he does hold on a little longer than usual. Upstairs, Con's on the phone with Martha Kent. "Did I embarrass him?" he asks. "Oh, sweetheart," she laughs. "You absolutely did. But trust me, he needed it." Later, Alfred leaves a tray of tea outside Tim's door with a small note that reads, "I took the liberty of removing the more expressive hashtags from Master Bruce's browser history. Congratulations, Master Timothy. We're all quite proud of you." Tim stares at it for a long time, then sends a selfie of him holding the note to Con with the caption, "We're officially the weirdest thing that's ever happened in this house, and Bruce fought clowns for a living." Con replies instantly, "Weird, hot, iconic." Tim groans, but he's smiling when he sets his phone down. Alright guys, and that is the end of Gotham's Favorite Scandal by The Purple Spirit. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next chapter.